Ready? Snyder Man, Carbo Man, do whatever a dealer can. Spins a deal any size, have good stuff they will buy. Look out!
Look out!
Snyder and Carbo Man, wherever he is. Comic art, comic books too. They got collectibles old and new. At the shop or a show or two, gotta come, they'll come to you. Hey there, some of your learn words. Snyder and Carbo Man. It's a thrill to buy all neat stuff day or night. The expertise is high, but the price is just right. Snyder Man, Carbo Man, friendly neighborhood dealer man. Got the comics you're looking for. Every day is their reward. Each day, comics and the Dukes hang up. Comics and art to hang up. Snyder and Carbo Man.
Welcome to Leonia, New Jersey in the Selling Heroes branded store. I'm Anthony Snyder.
I'm Sharon.
I'm Chris.
And we're coming to you live from Leonia, New Jersey at the Selling Heroes store. And we are Selling Heroes. We are the Selling Heroes. Mike is on location today. He's in Chicago doing deals. We're going to try to get him online and see what's up with him. And we have a lot in store for you. A lot of art, a lot of comic stuff, a lot of talk about some pops. I have some deals in the store for pops. And Riley Brown is again with us today.
Yes!
Yay, Riley. And
He's here.
Who are you again?
Chip.
Chip. Chip from All in the Family.
My three sons, actually.
Oh, my three sons.
Come on.
Which one? I forgot.
I don't know.
Well, early, late 70s trivia. So, where we have been.
Well, I'm really sorry that I missed the Terrificon.
Yeah. So, thank God Sharon's back.
I'm back.
And she's beautiful.
I was visiting my dad, and it was so nice to see him. And I'm wearing Superman, and I've got Superman fingernails today for my dad, because he's a super dad. Hi, Dad. How you doing?
All right, feel better, Alan. We want you to get better quickly and get home soon. You know, it's been tough for all of us, but especially you. And we love you.
Yes.
So
love
now.
Da,
Da, da, da, da.
da, da, da. What's next, Tiffany?
While you were away, we were at Mohegan Sun, and that was a big show. That was a fun show. Because we got along with Mitch really well, Mitch Halleck, who owns the show, and we ran around and did some interviews with him. We have celebrity interviews with Lou Ferrigno and Sam Jones.
So fun.
You know, Sam Feisch Gordon and Ted fame, and Lou Ferrigno of Hulk, and he was just on a really cool version of Star Trek Continues, which is a streaming online show where he played an Orion slave trader. And he did a really great job. You know, like you always see that green girl at the end of the credits on the original Star Trek series, and that's an Orion slave girl. Somehow in the 23rd century, they still had slaves in the galaxy. But so Lou played a green slave trader, and he talks about how that took him back to his Hulk days and the makeup days and all that, doing all that stuff. So, the good thing is that we have the Riley Brown in town.
Yay!
The Riley Brown, the Riley Brown. So, he wants to try to beat some traffic out of here, so he's going to come on and show us what's new. Hey, Riley Brown.
Hey.
Let me make sure I get this mic right.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Come on in.
Come on in.
Yay.
And Batman's here, too. Hi, Batman.
The best
And we
cosplayer
have
ever.
Will Brown, who is going to be shy.
Hey, Will, look over there.
There's the camera.
You say hi?
He's got-
he's a little camera shy.
Got the Riley Brown with Bat Mite, his son. We only have sons here. Well, no, actually,
So far.
he has a daughter. Chris has a daughter. How's your daughter doing?
She's
actually?
good. She's better.
Better? Okay, good. There's a health crisis with his daughter too, so we want to be all good.
She's fine.
Okay. We've got a girl joining our family in a couple of months too, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Got a little girl on the way. No,
You're not showing yet.
not yet.
No, I am.
So Riley stopped by today in the new store to unveil some new covers he's been doing.
That's right.
Yeah. So here's Sharon. Feature that one. So these are for
Is that the
Dynamite.
right way?
Right?
Yeah.
Dynamite Publishing, who has Vampirella and some other trademark characters that have kind of been passed around a little bit, but they have them now. So Vampirella, formerly of Harris and Warren, right?
Yeah, and I'm doing a bunch of Halloween special covers for them. They've got a whole line of
great.
Halloween comics coming because they have so many horror characters. So they're all a lot of fun. There are a lot of great characters they've got over there.
Yay. So you're not doing any Deadpool or Marvel stuff right now? You've been doing these covers?
Not at the moment. I'm working on my creator-owned comic that we talked about.
We talked about Outrage.
Yeah, Outrage. That's right. That's
Yes.
coming out in a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's going to be streaming online?
Yep, it's
right?
going to be on. It's going to be online on a Line Webtoon, and it launches September 12th. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ah, awesome. So we're going to have you back and talk about that when it's all out
Absolutely.
and about.
Yeah.
So we can really refer to it, and you can get people to check it out, and have some response to your outrage.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have some. Maybe. Yeah, I know. There's going to be a lot of angry people with this.
Right?
I think when that comes out. If
You
we
have
do it
to
right.
look the other way.
If we do it right.
Here, you turn around so he can look that way. Oh, that doesn't work either.
He sees the action figures back here.
Oh, there's a lot of cool stuff back
We
there.
have toys in the store
He
here
got-
in Leonia.
He got very excited.
118 Fort Lee Road.
He got very excited about all the He-Man and Street Fighter characters in the back room over there.
I have a He-Man piece that, but let's keep showing off your new artwork because I love it.
This is awesome.
Lots of pumpkins.
Elvira.
And speaking of pumpkins, you have a piece of pumpkin artwork. Chris is multi-talented.
Chris is.
He's not just a musician; he's an artist. And we have a portfolio review. You want to show Riley Brown your art from the?
Sure.
is it?
I didn't
Let
want
me
to
know.
What's your
interrupt him.
You
but
drew a pumpkin?
I did.
he
Actually.
turns
You're gonna
into
love
a
it.
pumpkin.
Okay.
I had to do a
Self-portrait?
self-portrait.
Okay.
So, and I
So
figured
that's a
what
cool
would be
Elvira cover
appropriate.
that we're gonna put up.
Oh, that is awesome.
Self-portrait. Here, I'll get it for you.
That's really good. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah, Pumpkin King with the self-portrait. That's really looks professional.
It's really
Who'd have thought?
detailed.
Here's some more jack-o'-lanterns. Here's some cool trick-or-treaters and Ash,
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead, and what is that?
Ooh.
What is
Oh, a skull.
That's
It's a skull
the
in the-
logo from the cover for the Evil Dead 2 poster, I think. Which
Oh,
actually made
okay.
me change because I guess it's not Evil Dead, it's Army of Darkness is the comic. And they have the rights to use Army of Darkness, but not Evil Dead. And I've got them mixed up, I guess.
Okay.
It's all the same characters, but they're
All
just
right. Well, I
can't
like
use
the
logo.
trick-or-treaters. Yeah, the evil trick-or-treaters are fun. Yay! I always like trick-or-treat covers from the classics, in the Bronze Age and stuff like that. Yay! All right, so, oops, that's a sexy one. All right, now let's stick with our pumpkin theme and get those out of the way. Oh, ooh, this one's nice. Here's a character that I was kind of referring to earlier that used to be Marvel. So this is Robert Howard, right?
Right, well, sort of. Red Sonja is the character.
Okay,
And
but who invented Red Sonja originally?
it's kind of Robert E. Howard, but like
Kinda. Yeah, I'm a little confused as I say that. So
it's a weird, complicated history because
Okay, but that
Robert
came
E.
from the
Howard-
Conan world, yes, sort of. Marvel made it to Conan world.
right, she was
Okay.
a character in a different Robert E. Howard story that had nothing to do with Conan, but they brought her into the Conan world.
Oh, okay.
Roy Thomas, Roy Thomas.
Roy, yeah, I just saw Roy this weekend. Wait a minute, let's talk to Mike Carbonaro.
Oh, he called.
Did you get this? Did you get the Skype up?
Just want to fall.
I no Skype. It's on, but I have no idea how to Skype it out.
All right.
We're trying.
Okay.
So we bought, man, this show, I haven't stopped. So this morning, I had a flight at 6:15
Who's that,
to
Will?
a concert in Madison Square Garden last night, Electric Light Orchestra. And by the way, it was absolutely amazing. I mean, anyhow, so I get home at 3 in the morning. I had to get up at 4 o'clock, an hour later. So I tried to change my flight to the 7 o'clock. It was $300. That didn't work. So I fell asleep, woke up, missed my flight, but they changed me to the 9:15 flight. I ended up getting on the 8:15 flight. Anyhow, I haven't stopped buying since I got here. And here I am in Chicago.
So what's the big buy you've made so far today, Mike?
Oh my God! I wish I could show you. I got a box of model kits, man. All the Aurora kits from the 1960s. Almost all now. I'm looking at the Bat-Cycle, the Batmobile, the Green Hornet, the Black Beauty. Everything's black.
Oh, cool.
The Batman one. I got the Superman one, the Wonder Woman one.
Oh, Wonder Woman. Is that with the octopus? It's got an octopus.
Yeah, with the octopus. Exactly.
Yeah, right?
Is that cool?
I've never had that
I'm
one.
gonna bring them on the show next week and show everybody. I can't wait.
Okay. Well, I like stuff like that, Mike.
All right, so you know what? You have to see them. So I'm going to hold this stuff, and I'm going to bring it on the show next week for everybody to look at. You get first shot at the stuff. How does that sound?
All right, that sounds good. I mean, you're in Chicago.
Have fun with that. But I bought comic books, too. We bought CGC books. We've got Superman. We've got Tales to Astonish. I even got a Marvel button I bought. Somebody had a Marvel button. Make mine Marvel. It was only $1.
It was only $1.
That's
It was in somebody's dollar box to make mine Marvel button.
that's a deal.
Hi, Sharon. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good, Mike. How are you?
You're good, yeah. I'm just winding down, man. It has been nonstop since I got here in Chicago. Everybody should come to the Chicago Wizard Show to spend money. It's great.
Well, I only like going to Chicago once a year, but you're hitting it up twice. You're in Rosemont this weekend. So anybody that might be watching from the area and that the attendees at the Chicago show, Mike is there now, and he's ready and willing to look at your deals.
Find him and
Yep.
do some cool deals.
And you saw the baseball card that I had, right? Anthony, I had a Mickey Mantle baseball card that you sold.
Yeah, did you show that on the show last week?
I think he did. Yeah.
I got it in my pocket, and it's yours to sell to. We own that one together, so I'm going to send it to your customer. I'm going to send it to you, send it to your customer, whatever you got to do.
Yeah, that was the Mickey Mantle altered, and but you know, we put it out there for the general public, and it actually got a lot of interest. So that was cool.
Oh yeah, you know, remember when we were talking about Mickey Mantle? I'm still trying. We should have a Mickey Mantle corner, like every show and episode. We should talk about Mickey Mantle because there's always something new to say.
All right, that's cool.
Sounds good.
All right, so what else you got? We're gonna run your.
James Bond meets the Gilbert. I got the Gilbert model, the James Bond model. It's the only original James Bond doll from the 60s. One of the earliest. It's so nice.
Oh, that
wow,
sounds
that
cool.
12-inch G.I. Joe size one, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the one. Yeah, and the graphics on the front are really good.
Cool.
You know, we put a bunch of Savage swords in the cases, like 90, 92, 94. We bought like a dozen Savage Sword of Conan #1s. So,
Okay.
It's rocking here, man. It's
Well, maybe next year I'll think about coming because I don't know, I just get worn out.
It's a long drive.
I'm buying my table in advance for next year.
Well, what's your booth number, Mike?
My booth number is booth number 1107.
1107.
1107. Go down and see Mike at Chicago Rosemont show at the Wizard World.
Yeah.
And sell him some comics or maybe buy some stuff.
With the Spiky one or the Amazing Fantasy 15, did they call you yet?
No, they haven't called me yet.
They gotta give you a call. I'll get you his number tonight. We'll talk about it. You can give him a call so you can buy
Yeah,
it.
text me. I mean, anybody that's got an AF-15 and a Spidey 1 for sale, we should jump on that, Mike.
100%.
Jump on that, Mike.
Tell everybody the best one we have there is Crazy Rich Asians.
All right, you already said that last week.
Oh, well, now I am going Saturday night here in Chicago. I have tickets in my hand. If you could see them, you would be like smiling. It's 2001 A Space Odyssey in 70 millimeter.
Oh, now that I want to see.
Cool.
That I want to see.
Yep.
That's going to be amazing.
All right, I have Riley Brown here with me. We're talking about his art that he's dropping off to me to try to sell for him. Anything else before we go?
Riley, you know you're coming to the Big Apple. That's all set. I want to buy a piece
right.
of art from Riley.
He said that's right.
Digital comic book doing.
It hasn't launched yet. It's launching next month.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
When is the launch? Can we help? Can we make March 1st the launch date at the Big Apple? Can we launch it at Big Apple?
Well, I mean, it's launching in September, so but it will still be going on in Big Apple for sure.
It's gonna rock. I can't wait.
Yeah.
What was the name of it?
Outrage.
Outrage. Cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm outraged that I can't be there. By the way, the more I do these shows, the more I love it, the more I love the fans, the interaction, everything.
Yeah,
I
man.
miss you guys. I miss the show. I miss everybody. I miss New York, but I like buying stuff, so that's
Yeah. You got to go buy stuff. And we love seeing what you get, Mike.
That's going to be it. If I get another really good deal before the end of the show, I'll call you back in and let you know. Okay?
Awesome.
Okay,
All right,
great.
talk to you later.
Talk to you later, Mike.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye, Riley. Bye, Sharon.
Bye. Love
Bye,
you.
Mike.
Bye.
Bye. And remember, be terrific.
Yeah, be terrific.
Yeah, everybody, be terrific, huh, kid? Huh, kid?
It's not kid, it's
got your
Batman.
ribs.
He was seeing some cool Batman toys back there
yeah.
on the shelf. Oh, yeah.
Mike likes Batman toys. Here, let's
Batman
switch
one?
back to the middle. All right, so we have some really cool covers that Riley has done. A couple, well, I mean, they're all actually Halloween-centric. Halloween special for Nick Barucci at Dynamite Comics. One of my favorite customers. Okay, so.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick. So,
And I should point out that these comics are in your previews catalog right now, so you can
Oh,
go ahead
okay.
and order them.
yeah, so yeah, we got Halloween coming up in October, like usual.
I hope so.
Yeah.
You gonna wear a costume for Halloween, Will?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you gonna be Batman?
Aw, that's your first screen time. Yeah, we spoke. Okay, now, do we want to show these ones? What do we decide?
I mean, we could show them, just don't tell Nick. 'Cause
Okay.
these
Don't watch this, Nick.
These covers
All right,
haven't been
so-
solicited yet, so
All
this
right,
is a
so
little
Riley's
sneak
doing
preview.
Red Sonja covers. Oh, before we were interrupted by my co-star that I had to let talk, let's talk about the history of Red Sonja again. All right, so Red Sonja was. I was confused about whether it was really a Robert E. Howard property, and so kind of were you, but you were going to explain it.
Here's the situation. So, Robert E. Howard wrote a ton of stories back in the old days.
Old
And-
days, yeah, like
What is it,
20s and 30s, yeah.
And one of the characters was a character named Red Sonja with a Y instead of a J in the middle of it.
Oh, that makes sense.
And yeah, like so you could actually pronounce it properly. And she was a female warrior character, not a barbarian. Like she shot guns and stuff like that. And then when Marvel did the comics in the 70s and 80s, they brought a similar red-haired female warrior to the Conan mythos, and they just changed the spelling of her name to Sonja. And you know, she was an instant hit and has been hugely popular ever since.
Cool.
Oh, okay. So you think Roy had something to do with that?
I mean, it was Roy Thomas and Barry Windsor Smith were the creators of that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Barry was still doing Conan in 22, 23.
Right.
Her first appearances and her first cover appearance, and with Conan.
Right.
So Red
Right.
Sonja, well, you know, yeah, that's right. Red Sonja was introduced in the Conan world because he was Cimmerian in what, like 1500 BC or something like that. We
that's
don't
supposed to happen.
really.
Whatever
Yeah,
generic
it's kind of a
timeline. That's
yeah. It was kind of
when people wore fur underpants
and like
shirts
to
and swords.
chop each other's head off a lot and not have any consequences. So that was cool. So okay, so we have a non-Halloween themed
Right.
Red Sonja cover, Now, I've been getting a lot of response from art collectors that are like, hey, can I get that? So hit me up if you're interested in any Riley's covers. I rep him. He lives near me. He's a regular on Selling Heroes, and he is a selling hero. We have these covers for sale. They will be available on the website if they're not already. You gave me a couple scans, right?
Yeah, I scanned in the Halloween ones at least.
Okay, yeah, I think we got did we get all those up on the, I'm not sure if we got all those up, but we will get all those up on the website and have prices, and they'll be available with Riley. Now, these have yet to come out, so we can't commit to them until they get solicited or come out. And Riley, what are your plans next? Do you have like more Dynamite covers to do, or
I mean,
Outrage, yeah, of course.
Outrage is coming out. I've got another webcomic, Dash Hudson, which has been coming out weekly.
That's modeled off me.
Right, the sexy super spy fighting crime. That's right.
The broken down ex-jock, now nerd comic book store guy.
And
Moving around too much.
And I'm doing covers for Red Sonja, and
And
Outrage.
you plan to progenitate some more.
Yeah, and I've got another baby coming. I think that's
Yeah.
enough work
So
for me for the
excited.
time being. Yeah.
Right. So what's her name going to be? Antoinette?
No,
Sonia.
We got some names we're kicking around, but we're not telling anyone until she's born.
Okay. All right. Well, I have a couple more.
That's
Speaking
another
of
Halloween.
chicks,
Another Halloween piece.
yeah, it is a Halloween theme.
Ooh.
It's a Betty Page cover with a zombie Betty Page
Whoa.
and a pumpkin.
Awesome.
To keep it in the Halloween theme. Yay. That's cool. And now we have a Marvel piece. Let's see. These are the two alternate sort of characters. Jamie, who are these?
Spider-Man and Hulk, Miles Morales, and
Amadeus
Yeah.
from the Champions. This was
Yeah.
This was an unpublished piece. It was just for a pitch that I was putting together that didn't end up going anywhere, and I figured.
But it's really
might as
cool.
well get rid of the
And
artwork.
it's the diversity characters of Miles Morales. He's from the Bronx, right?
and the
I
Ultimate.
think yeah.
And the Ultimate. Oh yeah, he's from the alternate universe.
Yeah,
Which
he's
one?
in the dimension, the Ultimate Universe, where a lot of villains are.
All right. We're gonna
Come
bring
on
in
over,
my expert
Jameson.
son, Jameson. All right, tell us about this. Like right in here.
He's gonna have to talk
stand
into
next to
the,
your mom. Okay. What's the origin of
Spider-Mom.
Miles Morales?
Okay, in the Ultimate Universe, Peter Parker Spider-Man is dead.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
He
dun.
fought against in like a big battle against the Sinister Six, like in like one big final stand. Yeah, and then like Miles Morales was there, and he felt guilty that he didn't try to help. And then.
But how do you get spider powers, kid?
His uncle stole a spider from his uncle.
Oh yeah, his uncle had a cameo in that movie.
Yeah.
The first new Spider-Man
Yeah,
movie.
the guy with the ice cream in the car. That's,
Right?
And like when Spider-Man's supposed to be all intimidating.
Yeah, he's like,
Bobby
I'm moving
Brown?
out of here. My nephew.
Is
Yeah.
it the Prowler? Is that his uncle?
Well, he was he in the gang with the Vulture? That guy?
No. He was selling he was buying guns from them.
Oh yeah, he was buying alien tech or selling them alien
Yeah, and then he
tech.
was like, I was looking for something low key, not something to the level of the city.
Okay. And then he refers to his nephew, who's Miles Morales, right?
Yes.
No, I remember that part. That was like a little Easter egg thing. And then Hulk is the Korean kid, who I thought was like Peter Parker's best friend in that movie when they go to Washington and all that. That
Oh
guy,
yeah, they should have put him in there.
right? I mean,
No.
isn't that what did they call him?
But
He was a
it
it was just Spider-Man's butt in the movie.
No, Spider-Man's buddy, but they used a name, a well familiar name.
I think the name isn't he Miles Morales' roommate in
Yeah.
He looked a lot like him, and they did the same Lego gag
Yeah.
in the movie that he did with the comics.
But that's not him. This is Amadeus Cho, who I drew his Prince of Power series years ago for Marvel.
Prince of Power, the Hercules one?
Right, when he took over when he was Hercules' sidekick and he took over for her.
Hey, can I hold you for a minute? No? Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Big scary guy.
Yes,
I've had
stay
four
away
of
from the
you.
creepy old men. That's right. Say no to strangers. Don't get much stranger than this.
Stranger.
That's right.
Amadeus Cho, I'm not like a huge fan of him. I haven't-
You know, I love Amadeus. He's awesome.
I followed him a bit, and I thought he really got interesting when like Hawkeye killed Bruce Banner after like they saw like the future.
And then he became the Hulk, and that's a
yeah,
whole other
yeah.
level.
I did find him really interesting, and honestly, I never got really into the Hulk.
Well,
Oh, I loved the Hulk when I was a kid, but I like Trippy Hulk from like the, 160s, 170s when he had the Harpy and the Bi-Beast, and that was a really great fertile ground for the Hulk.
Amadeus is such an awesome character. He's one of the few like new Marvel characters that I think really has legs. New as in the past 20 years or something. And like, cause he's just so much fun because he's such a little brat. Like he just doesn't. He thinks he's smarter than all the adults, and he probably is smarter than most of them, like in a math type of way. But that doesn't necessarily make him give him the best judgment.
And it's not the kid that was in the movie.
No, although his mom was in the Avengers, one of the Avengers movies.
Okay.
She like works for Tony Stark or something.
Oh, okay.
Or Shield or something.
Alrighty.
So they have to. Anyway.
Well, I was in a movie where Peter Parker's mom touched me, actually, so I'm proud of that. Right? I was in The Wrestler.
Oh yeah.
I was in The Wrestler as I'm standing there and they're not telling me what's going on, and I'm standing there for like 20 minutes, and all of a sudden she's like, "Hey, which way is backstage?" And I'm like, "Oh, that way." And that was my big screen debut with Darren Aronofsky.
Hey,
That was
it.
Marissa Tomei?
Yeah, that was Marissa
yes.
Tomei. So she touched me like, and that was it. She wouldn't talk to me, but she touched me.
Since we're talking about
Like a famous shoulder now.
since we're talking about
His left arm.
Yeah.
Oh, guitar guy.
since we're talking about Halloween, I was a ghost on Celebrity Ghost Stories.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was like the main ghost.
That's cool.
I sat and played the piano.
Yeah, I remember that. I saw that, and I had no idea what was going on. But then
I didn't
I
either.
saw you as a ghost, and I was like, "Oh, I know
A
him."
little bit.
Here,
Okay,
come back.
so
Thank you, room.
it's awesome to see your new work, Riley. You're doing amazing, even though you're so busy as a home man, artist,
Aaron.
Dad.
So is your wife? She's still at home right now. She's like,
Yeah.
she's on maternity leave.
No, not yet. Not till the baby's born.
Oh, not till the baby's born.
That's how that works.
Oh, well.
He must not have been paying attention.
Well, Sharon was freelancing as a model, like when we were having kids. So that basically I ended her career with that.
Oh,
Good job.
Yeah.
You once told me that you were a fan of Teen Titans Go, right?
Oh yeah, I love Teen Titans Go.
What did you think of the movie?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
I haven't had a chance. It
Yeah.
looks really funny. Is it
I
good?
haven't seen it,
Oh.
and I was just wondering, and I don't really plan to.
Oh.
I'm not a fan.
Will, you like Teen Titans? Yeah, who's your favorite Teen Titan?
The chameleon boy, guy that turns into animals, right? Yeah. See, we're finally getting along, Blue Eyes.
I don't know why Anthony tells all these comics. He doesn't know anything about any of the characters.
What do you mean? That's chameleon boy.
Beast Boy,
Oh, Beast
come
Boy.
on.
He is green. I'll give you that.
Chameleon boy. I'm like, what?
Wasn't he called chameleon boy at one time?
Changeling. is what
Oh,
you're thinking of.
changeling.
Not the same word.
Who is chameleon boy?
I don't think there is a chameleon boy.
PJ Masks.
Okay.
Oh,
I quit.
PJ Masks, yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I know you got to get your son home.
Yeah.
It's nap time. Is it nap time? Bat Mite? Yay. All right,
you so
Riley,
much.
thanks so much
Yeah,
for coming
my
by
pleasure.
and
This is
dropping the
fun.
new stuff
Yeah.
off. It'll be available on the website, anthonyscomicbookart.com, where I rep Riley Brown for his art sales. And look for Outrage to be coming out on the streaming service.
Lion Webtoon.
Yay, cool.
Yeah.
And some
Number
more
12.
some more great covers from Dynamite and Red Sonja. And we all gotta love a girl that wears chainmail on all the naughty bits. We
my
gotta love that.
How does that armor work?
Yeah, exactly. Just
Very
protects the
good
naughty
armor.
bits. Right? All right, thanks, Guy. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much, Riley.
See you later.
All right, bye-bye. Yay.
Bye.
All right, so thanks for Riley Brown to come on, and we had the Mikester on his phone because we're not like from the studio. We'd be able to Skype and do better stuff, but now you know that we're from the store, and we're gonna have a little growing pains here, having remotes and stuff like that. So I have my kids here because they live just like a half a mile
down
away.
the street.
And hey, come on in and bring those pops. So one of the things we're going to promote now, since the pops are so hot, are pops. We're selling Star Wars pops. We're selling all the other miscellaneous pops here in the store, and we have. Come on in.
Come on in,
Cameron. Cameron, come on in. All right, so. All right, Jamie, tell me about this pop.
This is a pop of Golden Frieza, and what makes it really rare, I believe, is that it has red eyes, and it's a San Diego Comic-Con 2015 exclusive.
Okay, so this is a valuable one from your collection, and you're interested in selling it?
I am.
What are you asking for it?
I've seen it sold for $400, but
What?
Yeah, and but since you're my dad, I'll give you the dad discount of $399.
Wow. He is a nice kid.
So he's my kid. He's
$3.99.50.
got to have some jokes. Somebody's got to have my sense of humor in the family. All right. So, well, I think that we should just like have it up at the store and say featured on Selling Heroes Golden Frieza. So I've seen it selling for like between $250 and $400. So and a couple that were on auction that were getting bid up. So we're going to have this at the store and available. If you're interested, come on down to the store, 118 Fort Lee Road in Leonia. That we are selling valuable pops, and we have more affordable. We got a whole Star Wars setup.
Whole stack.
We got Batman.
Stacks
We
and
have
stacks of
games. We
pops.
have pops. They're coming out of everywhere. Pops.
Pops over
Bye,
here,
guys.
pops over there, pops over there.
And you even have celebrity guests stop by too.
Yeah.
Pops
All right.
everywhere.
So Cameron, now tell us
Cameron.
about your pop that you're selling.
This is Godzilla, as you can see, and it is signed by some of the people who actually wore the costume of Godzilla and played it in movies.
Ooh,
Which ones? Do you remember which ones?
I don't remember.
Wow, it's in there's Chris, do you remember which ones? So who was the guy that was in the
The original
suit?
guy just passed away recently. I can't remember his name.
I know, but we had this done a couple years ago. I think he was still living.
Still
and that's
living,
it.
yeah.
That
I
was
just can't
his-
think of his name. It's
I think he did kind of a farewell tour before he passed away.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
All
how
right,
is
so
that?
this
I
is
saw
like
him, too.
this is Ghost Godzilla, or which one? Which?
It's just the glow-in-the-dark.
Oh, glow in the dark, and it's signed by the guys that played in the costumes. I think there's 3 of them, huh?
Looks like there's 3 signatures there.
There looks like there's 3 Japanese signatures. Because I can't read Japanese, we're at a loss as to who they are. So but that's cool. Like what? This is another premium one, and it was a special. You had to stand in line and get it signed. What are you asking for this one, Cam?
I'll go $375.
$375. We have high-end pops here down at the Selling Heroes store in Leonia, New Jersey. All right, so
I've seen it go for
$375.
$500.
You've seen it go for $500. All right.
Okay, that's
So
a deal then.
$375. It's available here at the store. We're gonna mark it as featured on Selling Heroes, so that's cool. And if you guys got anything else, we're gonna move on to the other stuff. And thank you
Anything
so
else?
much.
Nothing else today. Okay.
Nothing else today. All right. Okay, so we
wanna
did.
put it down
We
right
wanted
there?
to do some pop stuff because pops are so popular.
Popular pops.
Yes, popular pops. I want to show everybody the pops from my generation.
Is that why they're on? Because you're a pop?
They're around.
I need like a
because I'm
little
their
drum
pop.
so I
Don't
go
put it
ba-dum.
there. Put it in front.
I don't know, I was fixing Jericho.
So these were the pops from my generation. These are a couple Migos that I picked up at the Mohegan Sun Show. There was a dealer there
Migos,
that was
yes.
representing an estate, and their estate, their father, who has passed away, actually had the store, Child World Children's Palace, That was a story he had. So this guy was actually getting shipments of Migos back in the 70s and siphoning out the ones he liked. He had a whole box of Iron Man. So that's...
These are in really incredible condition.
Yeah, they're never used,
beautiful.
they're never played with, they're never opened, so never removed from box.
Mint in the box.
Never removed. So that's cool.
Look at the back. The back has a little.
Yeah,
Ooh,
show,
yeah, I
show
have to
these,
show the back.
these
I know what I
little
wrote.
They're
cards.
selling Migos again now at Targets. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yes, they have Dracula. I know, I saw that.
The monsters?
Some of the
famous
monsters, but they
monsters?
have. I think they have superheroes too.
Okay,
But
so we should go check that out at
I
Target.
want to go right now.
Only, from what I understand,
Let's go.
only at Targets.
Well, that's the
And I
problem
wanna-
because Toys R Us closed, so Target is taking over the toy market or trying to.
When I was a kid, I had the Wizard of Oz Migos.
Yeah, you had the Wizard of Oz,
Yes.
right? Those are so common. Those are the ones basically they made for the girls, because all the rest were like pirates and
Heroes.
knights in shining armor, and what else?
Over the rainbow.
The world's greatest superheroes, the world's greatest monsters, the world's greatest pirates, the world's greatest knights, and what else, Chris? You remember this? You're
Just
old
singing.
enough.
I'm singing Over the Rainbow. Leave me alone.
Okay.
Over the rainbow.
So this is 1974. This is right when I was 10 years old collecting comics and buying comics. And this like coincides with when I was buying these off the newsstand. Giant size ones. I love these. So this is another one I picked up at the show. And I picked up some other comics at the show. We have lots of cool new comics coming in. CGCs, Raw. This is a Raw one, and this is one I had graded. A giant size 7.5. My favorite comic ever, because this is the one that at the 7-Eleven twirly rack, I said, wow, this is going to be a good one. And I bought two. So I still make a living on that same instincts today. So I think that's cool.
Is this a really good grade?
Yeah,
Considered
7.5 on a
7.5?
square bound comic like this. See, because this is a thick square bound, and it's basically glued together and then stapled. So I mean, it's
You got to hold it like a pancake.
yeah, gotta hold it like a pancake, says Mike Carbonaro. Anyway. So the pages are stapled and then the cover's glued on. So that's it's the double entendre. I don't know.
Uh-oh, be
I don't
careful.
know. So
You almost
I almost
tore a page.
Almost tore a page. So,
Oh. That would be good. With
so
your favorite
I
book.
like these.
Are those
And-
Cockrum covers on these, or?
Yes,
Yeah,
that was Dave Cockrum, who, as they reintroduced the new X-Men, because the X-Men, it's the best story in the history of comics.
So there's
the
an old
X-Men were
X-Men.
canceled. The X-Men were done. The X-Men were horrible. Nobody liked them. They were in quarter boxes when I was a kid. You know, it was just they were not a popular brand, and they weren't supporting their subscription. You know, so they canceled them, and they ran reprints.
I didn't know that.
They ran reprints in number 60s and 70s, and then by 93, 94, they reintroduced, and then this giant size X-Men one is considered like, wow, this is the big new X-Men. And so this, what did they say? This is the first appearance of the new X-Men. Storm, Nightcrawler, Colossus, and Thunderbird, and then the second full appearance of Wolverine. And that's why this is such a key book. And it's just bursting out at you, and it has the old team and then this new team that they invented. So the old team was like trapped on this monster island, and Professor X had to wander around and round up some new mutants to go and do a rescue mission for the old team. So that's why he went to Africa and found Storm. He went to Russia and found Colossus. He went to Germany and found Nightcrawler. He went out west and found Thunderbird, the Native American hero. And Wolverine was Canadian at the time, and like anti-hero, so to speak, because the first appearance is in Hulk 181, which is a super key book, and which we love. And actually, well, the first full appearance, the first cameo is in 180. So we want to show that. Like, this is, I used to own this cover as an art dealer too, and it's like, I sold it like a...
This is painful for you to see, isn't it?
It is painful.
You want the art back.
I want that art back, yeah. Okay, so that's the first panel appearance of Wolverine. And that was designed by John Romita Sr., who was the art director and editor at Marvel at the time. And he had some sketches on vellum in blue pencil. And I remember somebody put those in front of me years and years ago, probably 20 years ago. And he wanted $4,000 for them. And I was like, a ton of money. You know, if I had $4,000, it was the only $4,000 I had. So I couldn't buy them. And then this final page, there's a crazy story about this, of a fan that went to Herb Trimpe's house when he still had this entire book together. It was returned to him, and he had the final page, and this guy made such an impression on him as a fan that Herb said, "Here, this is for you." And he gave away this page.
Wow.
And then, like, flash forward to like a couple years ago, and it sold for a lot of money. I thought it was a $500,000 page, and I think it sold for something in the 400,000s. So Herb gave away $400,000 that day. But you know, God rest his soul. He was you know, I was friendly with Herb, and I think about him a lot. So there was the Hulk 180 first panel appearance, and then the first full appearance is Hulk 181, where he's on the cover, and then he says goodbye in Hulk 182. Like, this is the only couple panels he's in. So if you get those three, the trilogy of them, the 180, 181, which is a super hot and expensive book now, and then 182, you got the like, what do you call it, cameo, and then another cameo exit, basically. So that kind of bookends his first appearance. So you have all three. So these keep going up and up, and becoming better and better.
That comic book smells really good.
1970s
really
mold.
Nothing
Yay.
like it. No, it you know,
Smell
it doesn't
it,
really smell like
put those
mold.
up.
It's just like a special smell that they have.
All right, so
Don't you
from
I love
Bronze
the smell.
Age keys, which
Some
is
people
the
hate that
hottest
smell.
fire right
I
now.
love this smell.
Okay, let me check out the chat. Okay,
me
my
put these up
sister
here.
Stephanie says hi. Say hi.
Stephanie! Oh.
She loved Riley's Kid. Said Batman was stealing the show.
Definitely.
Be terrific. Any plans for more Uncle Floyd shows?
Uncle Floyd.
You still doing Uncle Floyd?
Maybe.
My producer says maybe, John Gregg. All right. So what else? That's it for now. Okay, so here, I want to show this. This is a Bill Ward Torchy #1 from 1949.
I want to show that.
Yes, you show that.
Wow.
That's a Torchy 1. You don't see this every day.
What is that? I've never seen that.
Well, this is like the Good Girl era type stuff. This is hot.
Torchy the blonde bombshell.
Yes, she is.
She's
So
Torchy.
Torchy's just, you know, a hot girl that has her own comic book. I don't know. I don't know if it was marketed to girls, because it kind of wasn't, because she was a little too hot to be marketed to girls. I think it was more marketed to, you know, guys, you know, for the what do you call it? The titillation factor. I think this is a titillation book, you know. I don't know, 1949, titillation. I just want to say that word a couple more times. Titillation. And
well, yeah. She's pretty hot.
yeah, she is hot. So Torchy #1, that's available. I'm going to be selling that from my website. That's a cool book.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I want to show some stuff I picked up at the Mohegan Sun show.
Ooh.
This was the highlight. Well, before I show that, I want to say hi out there to Mr. Roy Thomas. I didn't get a chance to catch up with him about this, but it's an Alter Ego 1, and I wanted him to tell me if that was a first edition or not, because it's hard to know. He ran these off on a mimeograph.
This is a book, or it's a...
Well, it's called
art?
the fanzine.
Okay.
Now, Roy was one of the founders of Fandom, of comic fandom. So, and he's been on our show. He told the whole story about, which story did he tell?
I don't know, I wasn't there.
Which story did he tell? He told us a story. The origin of some character that we appreciated him coming on that day. I'm not remembering.
I'm not either.
Okay. All right.
We gotta move on.
So, Roy published his first fanzine called Alter Ego, and that's Alter Ego #1. And I got to talk to him about whether this is a first print or not.
What year is that?
Spring 1961.
Wow.
Cool.
Now, I want to show this because this is a really cool buy I did. And I know there's some art collectors out there that are hungry for this. So
Hungry?
hungry hippos.
Oh, now this doesn't smell so good.
Right? All right. I want to always show my giant size 1. I'm going to always show the best copy of giant size 1 I have. I got an 8.5 coming back from CGC.
What?
So.
That's amazing.
All right. So this is a pile of pages that I picked up.
Pile of cool artwork.
Pile of pages. Look at this.
And what is it?
All right. So
What's the character?
Well,
Conan?
nope.
No.
It's close.
Tarzan?
It was running in Conan. Nope, it's not Tarzan. It's Solomon Kane.
Savage Sword.
Yeah, it was running in Savage Sword, but it was done by an artist named Dave Wenzel, and who became famous not for this stuff. Here, show some more of these.
Is this like the whole book? What is this?
No, this is just a bunch of pages he had.
Okay.
So, now, Mr. Wenzel is really well known for this. He did an adaptation of The Hobbit, where these are his painted pages, and this is a beautiful painted page.
Oh, I love The Hobbit.
Yep. So that's
Cameron. You love
Gandalf,
this, right?
and the troll guy, and the Hobbit guy, and
Other guys.
yeah.
Lord of the Rings or...
No, this was The Hobbit.
Oh.
This was the first one.
Okay.
It was an adaptation of the first one. Okay? So, and this is a painted page from that original series. And we love that. I mean, it's just the best one going. It keeps getting reprinted and reprinted.
I love the colors in this. It's gorgeous.
It's just beautiful. And he's a super nice guy. If you ever see Dave around, say hi to him and tell him you appreciate his art.
That is pretty.
You're good at hanging those up. I get so nervous.
Yeah. I'm
Oh, yeah,
nervous
it's just
too.
gonna hit me.
Alright.
That's all.
Don't do it. Crash.
I just figured, yeah.
Yay.
Next week, Chris
All
will
right,
have
show
a
some
bandage
more of
around
these
his
Solomon
head.
Kane pages, really
Solomon
quick.
Kane's
Okay,
Savage
so
Sword.
Solomon Kane was I think this was another Robert E. Howard. I mean, because this ran as a backup story in Savage Sword. So the Savage Sword magazine that was in black and white, it had to be in black and white to not appeal to too young a crowd, because this is like PG-13 stuff. So, you know, they chop each other's head off, you know, they get sexy sometimes.
Sexy,
Yeah.
sexy time.
So this is Solomon Kane, and he would wander around, sort of he was a kind of a pirate, but he always searched out and destroyed evil. And then Wolverine was Solomon Kane in the movie, where he was like, you know, hunting Dracula, monster hunters. Now he's become like this monster hunter guy. But in the original,
Am I getting these out of order?
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
In the original theme of this, he was just hunting down evil spirits and crazy demons and stuff like that.
Interesting.
So, if you're watching out there and pay attention to my website, and you're those Solomon Kane guys out there, this is going to be hitting the website soon. And I know there's
Snap 'em up.
Yep, the last time I had a batch of them, they snapped them up.
They are beautiful pages.
Yeah, you're a monster horror guy, right?
Oh yeah.
So
look at
these
me.
are from like around 78, 79, 80, right?
Yeah, they're vintage.
And,
they're gorgeous.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Very
they're
good.
probably the best thing from from Conan and that era.
So cool.
It's kind of rare. Oh, one of the highlights I had from the Boston Con was that I met Hall of Famer and artist extraordinaire.
Yeah. Who?
I'm gonna show
Artist extraordinaire.
you. Yep.
Who could it be?
Who could it be now? Who could it be now?
Who could it be?
Who
Okay.
could it be now?
Yeah.
So this is me with John Byrne,
Oh, let me see. Oh.
the inimitable
Who
John
is it?
Byrne.
Inimitable.
Inimitable.
I'm stuck on that song.
And I picked up some stuff from his rep. Look, these faces. These are cool.
John Byrne is amazing.
John
Yeah.
Byrne
Oh, yeah.
drawings and more drawings.
Hey,
Yay.
going too fast, man.
That's not what you usually tell me. Okay. So that's cool. Got some sketches and some Batman drawings from Mr. Byrne. I tried to talk about Star Trek with him. He was there doing a signing with William Shatner that was very busy. They were doing the signing for John Byrne's book where he puts together these photo montages. He does screen swipes from Star Trek, the show, the original series. He's a super big fan. And he puts together montage stories that are original stories from the first generation Star Trek show. And he makes comics and books about that. And they were having a signing with him and Shatner, and that was really cool. So I saw Shatner, but I didn't get to get in line because I was busy at my booth.
I'm
But-
sad that you didn't get to meet him.
Well, Mike says, Big Apple Minute. Wait a minute. Oh, Mike's calling
Mike.
back. Hey, Mike, we're still on.
Yes, everybody, you ready? LA Hero! We're at the Starbucks at the Old Hotel here in Chicago.
Oh, you're at the Starbucks. Okay.
Yeah, they're all fans of the show.
Okay. So get me a venti mocha, 1 pump mocha with an extra shot, please.
No pump.
You should have heard me order. I spent $110 in Starbucks.
110. Whoa.
I'm still not sure. what
Lots of
to do.
coffee.
Coffee gets expensive.
How's it
I'm
going?
not buying. I'm gonna be buying in my sleep tonight, man.
What?
It's just great.
You're gonna, yeah, buying
Yeah.
in your sleep.
Finding deals in Rosemont, Illinois.
Dead in the back just to put the toys in.
All right, so
On all the bodies. All right,
Cool, Mike.
I just wanted everybody here at Starbucks wanted to say Selling Heroes. I'm going to send you a picture of all the guys. Okay?
Cool.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Mike.
Great.
Bye.
All right, so one of the cool things about the Mohegan Sun show is that we got to go around, and that episode from there is going to be edited and posted soon. But we wanted to show a couple clips from that show, where we got to talk to Lou Ferrigno and Sam Jones, Flash Gordon. So, do we have those clips available?
Do you remember when Lou Ferrigno basically ran me over?
Yeah, there was an early Javits show where Lou Ferrigno was walking down the aisle, and Sharon was just standing there minding her own business, and boom, the Hulk
He
knocked
was
over
so
my
nice,
wife.
and it didn't hurt
Oh,
anything.
I'm
But I
sorry.
was, yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's the Incredible Hulk. It's so cool. Loved it.
Yeah, I've had dinner with Lou before, and he's a great guy, super nice guy. So let's go to those clips now.
How are you?
Mr. Lou
Terrific
Ferrigno.
con. I feel terrific. Terrific, baby. Great, terrific Comic Con, Kentucky. I'm sorry, Connecticut. I'm happy to be here. And Luke got sworn
Yeah,
in
go ahead.
with the Mohegan Police Department. And thanks to this gentleman here, put on a fantastic show.
Very much, Lou.
Hey Lou, I saw you on Star Trek Continues. You were awesome.
Like it?
Yeah, I liked it very much. It's good to see you. Yeah. You were, what were you? You were an Orion slave trader,
Yeah, I
right?
played
He
the
looks
name
great.
was Zamaha.
Yeah.
From another planet to reclaim my slave.
Right, and you had like 169 Orion slave girls or something like that, right? Yeah, you were really cool.
No, 265 slaves.
Oh, okay, 265. But that was awesome. It was good to see you back on the big screen because
Thank
I you know, have a smart TV and could do
The makeup was 5 hours.
5 hours.
And it
yeah.
took 2.5 hours to take off.
2.5 hours. Was that similar to the Hulk makeup? Were you
It was
green again?
it was completely different.
Did it
Special
feel?
kind of makeup. They use like special
Spray
plastic
paint?
spray to like adhesive.
Put some shit on the table and do it. Did it take you back to when you were green in the 70s?
Right, Chris? Yeah, let's do our deal.
That was fun. And look at Lou.
I still have all this art.
Look at Lou in his prime as Mr. Universe. Right?
You want to do the deal as soon as we come back?
21 years old. Oh my God.
Okay, so
345 pounds, 2% body fat. I was 43 years old.
But you're 45 now. I don't
how's it
get it.
going?
I'm 27.
27. You're going backwards. It's
Exactly.
incredible, Mr. Thank you. That's cool. What is this? You tied for first with Arnold?
Me and your favorite governor.
Nah, well, not my favorite governor, but you know, it's you know, he's a Republican. I'm a Republican. Don't tell
It's
anybody.
okay. It's okay. It's history.
But is that from? That's Joe Weider.
Right, Pumping Iron.
Yeah, Pumping Iron
Yeah,
1.
yeah, 1975.
I remember that line. Lou, you know, after I win this competition, I'm going to date your sister, right? He
And I
said
said
that
I
to
have
you?
nothing to say. 20 to my cake, asshole.
Yeah, right? That was funny. I mean, he always had a sense of humor. He was funny.
Well, he was my idol growing up, and he's done a lot for the sport. The two of us. We're still friends today.
And you know what the funny thing is that the first time we saw him in America was in a comic book ad. There was a Joe Weider comic book ad with him as a very young.
You got to hand it to him because he's an immigrant from Austria. He came here, he couldn't speak English, and he's a self-made man. And same thing with myself, because that's why
Well,
we
it
came
even
from
goes
nothing.
back further. I mean, you know, the country was destroyed during World War II. His dad, you know, was.
He's Austrian, and Adolf Hitler was Austrian.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's different culture.
His dad, you know, was a Nazi party member. I think I saw him. Nobody's talked about that. That's being really Republican.
what? I'm right in front of you.
Thanks so much for talking
Okay,
with us,
thanks.
Lou.
Yeah, you
You're
too.
awesome.
Hey guys and gals, Lou Ferrigno, how are you, sir?
Wonderful. Great to see you, Mike. We'll go back like
Good.
20 years.
20 years plus.
Yeah.
We were just talking. I had a little allergy recently to soy, and I found out it took me a day or two, and Lou said we can't keep a good Scorpio down.
Exactly.
Right?
We're both
Your birthday
Scorpio.
is November 9th?
Yeah. Yours is 16.
Yeah, there you go. So we get along from the Scorpio side of
Exactly.
things.
Be careful. We forgive, but we never forget.
That is true. That is true. Yes. Yes, well said. But anyhow, this is great to see you here. It's going to be a great weekend, and we want to tell anybody watching to come on down and say hello, get an autograph.
Yeah, I've never done a show before in Connecticut. The great convention.
Oh, really? First time?
Yeah, first time. And it's Friday now because people, like, what, 4:30? It's just the beginning.
Yeah, it's rocking. So, so that's good, and we'd love to invite you to New York into Big Apple, March
definitely
9th and
wanna
10th.
come, yeah.
So I'll go over all the details with you. You tell me all your needs and necessities, and we'll try and accommodate.
You got it.
Okay, now
Very
here's the
simple.
bonus. If and when you're coming, you tell me if you want to, on either the Friday night or the Saturday night, you pick a Broadway play, and I'll get you 2 tickets for the Broadway play.
Okay.
Okay?
You got it.
Done deal.
All right.
All right, great.
Long
Good
as
to
it's
see
not
you,
a
Lou.
boring play. Like a musical, you know.
Yeah, we'll go with the musicals.
Okay.
Those are cool.
All right.
Excellent. Good to see you, Lou.
Okay, you too.
Have a nice
Thank you, Mike.
afternoon. Good luck today. It's going to be great.
Thank you. All right.
So, Sam.
My gosh, good to see you. You're looking good.
Same here, man. Yeah, excellent.
When are we going to be doing your
I got a
comedy?
TV show now.
Well, that's
Yeah,
good.
we're talking about comic books, collectibles, and superheroes like
But you can
yourself.
still promote other
Positively. And I want to talk about coming to Big Apple March 9th and 10th in New York 2019.
Let's do it.
Okay?
Yeah.
Great. My friend Guy is going to get your number, and we'll set it all up, and we'll get it all locked
You
in.
have my number, though. But
I
I'll
know,
give it
but
to Guy anyway.
okay, that'll be great. That'll be great. All right, so I just want to talk to you for like 2 minutes. You're enjoying
Yeah,
being in
sure.
Connecticut? You're here for a couple of days?
Yeah, I was here 2 years ago before.
Uh-huh.
Love it.
Yeah. It's kind of nice and mellow, but you still got a city vibe because the people are,
Yeah, I flew into Boston. I drove here. I always like to rent a car and drive. It's usually a convertible. Oh, yeah. Mike, yeah.
But so you drove all the way. Yeah, convertible. Oh man.
I usually get a convertible, but they were out of convertibles, so the only vehicle they had left was an F-250 Super Duty. I mean, that puppy's jacked up. To get in, you got to put your foot about that high. That's how much this vehicle's lifted.
I mean, like a van, like a super van.
Yeah, but it's a pickup truck. So I drove that from Boston and just.
Oh, that's great.
Through the tunnel.
Open back?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Through the tunnel. You kidding me? I just took it over. It was great.
That's great. That's awesome.
So good. So
all right. So we want you to New York.
You, New York, your show. How long you been doing your show?
22 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this show.
Oh, this show now? I've been coming here since they started, like a half dozen years ago.
Good.
Okay, so.
Well, good.
All right, excellent. So we're going to have you at the show, so that's great.
Here.
Great to see you.
Yeah, I'm Mike. Hey, what do you say here? You know, I'm with a superstar, you know.
You want to come in?
This guy's a chameleon. Hey, good to see you.
Partner on the show.
Yeah, well, good. This guy's a
Yeah,
superstar.
well,
I call him a chameleon because he changes his look once a year. He's completely unrecognizable, all right? But we love the look now. He's back again. You said
like 2 nights ago. Forget about it.
March 2019.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. 8th and 9th, the first weekend.
New York City.
Yeah, New York.
We'll be there. But right now we are at Terrific Con, the Mohican Sun in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Connecticut.
Live from
Connecticut.
Yes.
Where in Connecticut? What is this? Livonia, Connecticut, or something?
It's called
Uncasville.
Uncasville.
Grandmasville.
AKA Norwich.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
all right,
Thanks. All right, excellent. All right, Sam. Good to see you. I'll come back and we'll chat some more later.
Yes.
Okay? Super. Great. Come and say hello to the man himself.
Five, 4, 3.
Howdy.
And welcome back to Selling Heroes, live from Leonia.
Hi.
And that's my beautiful wife, Sharon, popping out.
Hey, Chris.
I thought you were talking to me again.
Pomerini, the living soundtrack. So we're really excited to get to talk to two legendary, TV personality guys like Lou Ferrigno and Sam Jones. And we want to thank Mitch Halleck for putting on such a great show that's now in the biggest venue in the whole state of Connecticut. That's right. I don't know. It's got to be well over 100,000 square feet. It's got to be way more than that. Maybe 200,000 square feet. He's got, he had the Karate Kid, who didn't want to do press. Sweep the leg, dude. Come on. That was a long time ago. And he had the Fonz, who hit on my wife at Mike's show. And I had to, warn him off. Hey, that's my wife. And he was like, "You're a very lucky man." Yeah, that was funny.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun for you.
I was swooning.
I know, you were
it's the Fonz.
starstruck.
It's the Fonz.
That's the
Fonz.
Fonz.
Did he get the jukebox working?
Oh, yeah.
You wanted to get something else working.
But
All right, Chris, you have something that you brought to do a deal
the deal
on
of
the
the
show.
day.
this has been hiding in my house for 40 years.
Really?
Yep.
How many years?
40
Well,
years.
40?
Well,
Did you say 4 or 40?
it could be 40 years. I don't know. No, I bought it. Let me think. How many years ago? 30 years.
Today is
30
a
years.
good day when somebody puts a Marvel #1 in front of you. That's
It's a
what I learned
Marvel
from Mike
#1.
Carbonaro. So this is exciting because this is what you don't know from the cover is dun, 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 dun.
What is it, Anthony? Oh!
The first Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Master of Black Magic. And this is
okay, I'm nervous to hold that.
I'll just hold this one.
You just hold that one.
This one, now this is kind of different in the way that they were just trying out new characters, okay? And Doctor Strange was, as you can see from the art, he was the apprentice of this Ancient One, and the Ancient One was Asian magic guy, and Doctor Strange was Asian guy. So they didn't really change that until his origin story a few issues later. And then he became this doctor who, had to, got injured and his hands didn't work anymore. and you know that Cumberbatch did such an amazing job with.
I loved him
in
as
the
Doctor
movie,
Strange.
right? He was so perfect.
He was really.
It's so amazing
right?
how.
Oh yeah.
You know,
like him?
Yeah.
it used to be that you know it was you know just you had to use third-rate actors to do these comic book movies, and now we have these super A-listers that are just destroying these roles, like so cool. Like you just can't imagine anybody. Like John Hamm was rumored to be like in the running for the part, but I think he went. It didn't work out. And so Cumberbatch got the role.
I
and
loved how he handled the cape. Sorry.
The cape, yeah, the cape. Don't,
Sorry,
you can talk over me. I miss it. Mike's not here talking over me. You know, that's all I hear. You got to tell Mike to stop talking over you. So I'm going to get my wonderful wife to start talking over me. Okay,
I'll try.
all right. So this is a Marvel #1 in the way it's the first appearance of Doctor Strange, and this was the first appearance of 110, which is missing. The actual number box is missing from that rip.
So how much is it worth?
Oh, well, I
much
would.
do you want?
You know, it's got tape. It's got tape pulls. It's got, you know, some stuff going on. It's
complete inside.
It's got Doctor Strange.
It's complete. Yeah, we need the book to be complete to be worth the money, and so but it's taped together. The cover's loose. You know, all this other stuff. You know, rule #1 is destroy condition when you're buying. Okay.
Here we go.
What else you got?
You know how he works.
We're down to like $3 now.
No,
this is so
it's
cool.
more than that.
All right, so
The Art of Rights. Now, this is something that he probably would sell in front of him, right?
Yeah,
At
this
shows.
was at his show, and I used to sit next to him a lot at shows. Just always, not on purpose. It shows always kind of
At
worked out
Chiller
that
Theater.
way. At
And
Chiller
that's
Theater,
Bernie
and then I
writes
went
it.
out to a
Right?
West Coast show and hung out with him the
Where
whole
you
weekend.
are the official house band at Chiller Theater.
Yes.
And
The
that
Dead
show is coming
Elvi.
up. Our friend Kevin, and you're one of your best friends, and I'm friendly with him. And,
Yep.
you know, I want to have him on if he feels like coming down.
Last weekend in October.
Last weekend in October, Chiller Theater, that's in Parsippany at the Sheridan, right?
Yes.
Sheridan? And he takes over that whole hotel. Do you know the dates offhand?
Just the last weekend off the top of my head, I don't know the dates.
So Halloween is right after?
before Halloween. The weekend right before Halloween.
The weekend before Halloween. Okay, so, and Chris is the house band that Kevin plays in as well, called the Dead Elvi, and they dress like dead Elvises, and that is a hoot.
Awesome.
Man, that is so fun. I was
You
your
hung
roadie
out,
one time.
right? And Keith Emerson played with us. that night.
Yeah, from Emerson, Lake and Palmer, the
Yeah.
keyboardist,
Yeah.
who defined this kind of the sound of Emerson, Lake and Palmer with that keyboard, right?
Yeah, he was amazing. Yeah.
Right, that was fun.
It was
So-
fun for imagine me. I was like, holy cow,
Yeah,
sweating
so
bullets.
what, tell us some of the other famous people you've played with.
Oh, Mick Taylor, Rolling Stones.
What?
Played with the Monkees.
Hey.
They are awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know, Ray Manzarek from The Doors.
Oh yeah, I remember I went to that too, and he was playing keyboards. Another guy who defined the sound of
Yeah.
hing band.
That's
You know,
iconic.
Jim
yeah.
Morrison's vocals and his
Keyboards.
keyboard. I mean, you don't really. There's nothing else that really comes to mind when you think of the Doors, right?
And at that time, when they recorded those albums, nothing sounded like them. I mean, they were unique. You know, the
now,
Doors.
there was a special keyboard that the Doors guy used, or that?
No, but they had no bass player. On some of their albums, they used a bass player, but when they played live, he played the bass with his left hand. So he'd be playing the chords, this hand, sorry, and he'd be playing this little, tiny little keyboard that was just used for bass.
Oh, wow.
And now, was that had keys or that had strings?
No, it was keys, yeah.
Oh,
but he
so
was
he
playing
played-
all the bass parts with
He
his
played
left
bass
hand.
on the keys.
Yeah, so,
So there
they
was no
only had
bass guitarist.
they only had keyboard, drums,
And vocals.
and guitar and vocals.
Who was
there was
playing- yeah.
no bass.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. But they did use a
It
bass
wasn't
player on
all
their
about
records.
that bass.
But here's a trivia question for you.
Okay, here's a trivia question.
Speaking of the Doors, who played the harmonica on Roadhouse Blues? Keep your eyes on the road. You know?
Bono.
Oh my gosh, you're so wrong.
Okay.
It's amazing. Who's the Lovin' Spoonful guy?
I don't know.
Now,
don't
it was right in my.
We went to see U2 recently, and Bono played his harmonica, so that's where I was
Anyways.
guessing.
The guy from the Lovin' Spoonful. Why can't I think of his name? You know, welcome back.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
I don't know.
Come on.
But I
Who
know the
knows?
voice. I can hear
What do you
it.
mean, welcome back? The Welcome Back Carter?
Yeah, the guy that sang
Welcome
that
back,
and wrote
Todd.
that was the harmonica player on that Doors.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize who sang that.
Yeah, I could see his face, and it was right. I was ready to spit his name out, and then you punched me in the face with Bono, and it just knocked it right out of my head.
Everybody makes fun of me because my favorite band is U2, and that I only listen to U2. All right, so show us what's special about this.
I used to sit next to Bernie a lot, and he would always give me little drawings, and if I ever wanted art, he would wait till his manager disappeared, and he would go, "I'll give it to you."
Oh, that nightmare girl! Oh my God, she was such a
She's actually
nightmare.
very nice.
No, to who?
But anyway, not to me. She
Not
was.
to customers. I
Well,
remember
but
her.
anyways, Bernie was always really good to me, so he would just give me things.
That's
so he
nice.
gave me this, and he drew a little.
There's a
he
sketch
signed it, and he
inside.
did a little sketch inside too, which is cool. Bernie
Wow.
was great. He invited me to his
Wait a
house.
minute.
That's cool.
And the book is 3D pop-up book too.
I love pop-up books.
And it kind of
So
resembles
if
Anthony.
I survive another 30 years, there I am.
Yeah.
No, oh, come on, Anthony.
Well, it's got the
That's
hairline.
me when I'm mad at you, right?
Yeah, well, that's,
So
That's
I'm
cool.
just trying to declutter stuff. So I got to clear out.
well, I
Looking
have
for
an
certain
idea in
things.
mind. What are you asking?
For the book,
For the book,
Strange Tales.
I was
for
hoping
the
you'd
remo-
make
Bernie
me,
writes in
Bernie
remark.
writes in.
And first Strange Tales, that's about a 1-0.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
thinking
give it a
10,
one.
20 grand.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. You're like my friend Nick,
Yeah.
who says, "Oh, what do you want? I'll sell you this $5,000 thing for $50,000." Yeah.
All right. It's a 1-0. I would do like $400 for the pair.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm a kind of guy, and people don't understand this. Like, you make me a fair offer, I don't have to talk you down. I'm not like that guy on American Pickers that has to buy cans for like $4 instead of $5. You know what I mean?
Can you knock a nickel
So it's a
off?
deal
Yeah.
then?
So do we have a deal?
So $400 is cool.
All right. Wow.
And I plugged the shyster out of you with your
Shyster,
dead
yes.
elbow.
And now the guy that drew
Did Bill
this.
Stout do that?
No.
You need the money gun? Wait, where's the
Stephen
real money? You got
Blickenstaff
real
did
money?
this shirt, who is famous for. Yay! How much did I catch? I didn't catch anything.
All right, what you
You can
catch,
shoot
you
it
keep.
yourself too.
Blickenstaff did the cover of. He sits in with and plays with us sometimes. Plays the
Blickenstaff?
theremin, and he did the cover to the original first Cramps album cover.
Right?
So
No,
I
he
had
lives
him,
in South Jersey, right?
No, he lives in Maryland.
Oh, well,
So
yeah, I knew
had-
he was from South, a little south there.
So I had
I
him.
bought a bunch of stuff from him one time.
Yeah, he's a really great artist. He also does like ugly stickers
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. He's
I have
really
some of
good.
that
Very
stuff on my
much like
website.
the Wally Wood, Basil Wolverton.
Right, yeah, it's like a modern guy for that.
Yeah, he's
Well,
awesome.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll pay
We
you
did a
later.
deal.
I'll gladly pay you
I'll just take
later. Well,
Yeah, this isn't real
are you
money
interested
today.
in one of those?
Unfortunately.
No, because I'm trying to get rid of stuff right now. If I came home with anything,
need,
I'll
like-
lose an arm.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
We'd be even on the Falcon, but and then 350 on the Iron Man.
That's
The
nice.
Iron Man. The reason why Iron Man is a little less is because it's a more common box. They didn't put out as many Falcons. It's a rarer box.
Uh-huh.
As you can, it was a black character that the assortment in the boxes, the cases that they shipped, there might only be one of those, but there might be 3 Iron Mans.
Oh.
Right.
So,
Well,
I mean,
Iron Man just obviously was a more popular
yeah,
character
of
than
course,
Falcon.
yeah.
So.
And especially in '74, where he had his own book and he was in the Avengers, and the Marvel Studios started with Iron Man because they still had the rights to him because nobody cared at that point. But they made him, an amazingly popular character again, with with a great A-list actor.
Yeah.
So where are we at? Are we almost winding down? Okay.
Do you want to see my cosplay?
Yes, I want to see your cosplay. You want to go to Sharon's cosplay corner real quick?
From the San Diego Comic-Con, I interviewed 2 amazing Harleys.
All right, get ready for the cosplay.
They were so fun.
Wow.
I can't wait for you to see them.
Yay.
It'll be good.
I can't wait.
Yay! And while you're going to that,
Hi everybody, it's the last day of the San Diego Comic-Con and check this out. I've got 2 Harleys, not 1, but 2 amazing Harleys. What's your name?
Hi, my name's Faces by Rachie. You can find me on the Instagram. Love me, follow me, stalk me.
And you?
And my name's Johnny.
Nice to meet you guys. Tell me what inspired you and what version of Harley are you?
I Enrico Marini version of Harley. She's my current favorite clown princess. I actually just met him yesterday and he signed both my books and did an on-the-spot drawing. Super awesome. I'll have to get you guys some pictures. Yeah, it's super awesome. He's absolutely the best. So if you don't follow him, get his novels. They're dope and enjoy the outcome.
How about you?
I am original OG Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah.
None other than
oh yeah.
The one, the only. It's terribly famous. It's hard to be me.
Did you make your own costume?
Fortunately not. I modified it a bit, but I did get it custom made.
Good. And your makeup, both of you, your makeup looks amazing. How long did that take?
Not too long, about an hour.
That's good.
Yeah, probably the same. It's only my second time doing it, so I'm a little shaky on it, but I'll get better with time.
Yeah. Definitely. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what are you guys enjoying the most here about Comic-Con? Are you having trouble walking down the aisles? Like, everybody's gonna stop you, right? Can you see anything, or are you just taking pictures all day?
It's kind of the pros and the cons. Like, you want everybody to stop you and take a picture, and I love meeting new people, but unfortunately, you do not get to do shopping, you don't get to do signings, you don't get to do anything else. So if you have stuff that you want to do, buy, see, or people you want to meet, do not come in a super dope cosplay because it's just not a thing. So come in casual gear if you have like a to-do list, and if you don't have a to-do list, come pretty as this, and you get all of the love and attention.
Yeah, come fabulous and
I agree with that. You stop for one picture and then there's like 10 other people like, oh, Miss Harley, can I get a photo? Which of course I say yes because gotta give the people what they want.
You gotta. Except for when they want to take a picture of you eating your cheeseburger. That's just ridiculous.
That's not fair. No pictures.
You're like tying your boots and they're like taking a picture of you and you're looking. That's not fair.
Yes, I think it's important to ask for a photo. Because, like, why do you want a candid photo of me just being like, that's not cute.
No.
I want to be cute. Also,
you're cute always, even if you're candid. Even if you guys are eating a burger, you look good. Oh my gosh, we have another one.
Hello. Hey, Pitten. Why are you so beautiful? Hello.
Another Harley. What's your name?
Danny.
Hi, Danny. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys too. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh my God. Tell me about your cosplay.
Well, we're the bad guys, aren't we? That's what we do.
Nothing but.
I love your makeup.
Thank you.
I love the glitter. It's incredible. It's
just a different twist on Harley, right?
Good.
You guys look fantastic.
Are you having fun at the con?
Always.
Yay! I'm sad it's the last day.
Me too.
Me too.
Sad clowns.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your day.
Have a good one, Pitten.
All right, signing off. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Tigers and bears.
Oh my.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
Now, which would you be?
Tigers.
No. Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
Oh no, but we have we don't have lions and tigers and bears, but we do have comic book heroes.
Everywhere, and pop figures and incredible
do detail shots. Do a spin. Do a spin of the show.
I hope you enjoyed
store.
that.
Oh, look at the store.
That was fun.
My
Really
favorite
enjoyed.
line from Gone with the Wind. My favorite line from
Gunga Din?
From Gunga Din. No, my favorite line. Okay, you be the Tin Man.
All right.
All right.
Oil me.
Oil can. And I'll be the Cowardly Lion. I just have one thing I want you to do. Talk me out of it. Remember?
Yeah.
When they were telling him, okay, you go in and infiltrate the castle. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. But just one thing. Talk me out of it. I actually have that page where he says that in the Marvel Treasury. The Wizard of Oz did a treasury. And I have that page where he says that line. That's my favorite line.
Bert Lahr. You know, he seems
Right?
so famous, but can you name any other movie he was ever in? Right?
He was in the prologue to Gone with the Wind. I mean, Wizard of Oz.
Yes, that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of one other
As
movie
himself,
ever made.
as a human
When you
being.
think of him, he's so famous,
Yeah.
but it's like it almost seems like it's the only thing he ever did.
All right, I would have to look that up.
Yeah.
So one of the things I just wanted to cover before is this was a recent pickup. I wanted to save this for last.
What is it?
Well, it's a Mike Sekowsky Wonder Woman cover.
Oh.
And what's interesting about this is during that feminist time where they actually took away her powers and she's wearing, you know,
Hippie
Gloria
clothes.
Steinem fashion and,
So cool.
you know,
Yeah,
very
that's awesome.
cosmopolitan thing. And
Mini skirt
so-
going on there? Yeah, she's got a mini skirt going.
Yeah,
Looks
she's
like,
got a mini skirt going, and she has no powers at this time. So
And this looks like it's Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island trapped over here.
yeah, okay. It's no trick, Diana. She's a real witch, and she's Morgana, the witch.
Ah.
All right, so
She has no powers, so I guess she loses.
yeah. So that I picked up in a recent deal. That was really cool.
Who's the artist?
Mike Sekowsky from the famous Justice League artist.
Cool.
And I want to show one more thing.
We've got so
Wanna
much to show.
One more thing.
And so little time.
Look, this is something I picked up for myself, actually. The Wonder Woman's going to be for sale. But this I love because I'm an Uncle Scrooge collector. This is a Don Rosa cover of Uncle Scrooge at his money bin. And it's got the first dime and all the Beagle Boys, and which remind me of all my employees. And Shannon.
They're all burglars?
Yeah.
Come on.
Stealing time from me, yeah. They're probably back at the warehouse, not paying attention. No, that's not true. We try to give great customer service to every order. So this is something cool that I wanted to pick up for myself. And, you know, Uncle Scrooge is sweating it because he's running out of money and because all his villains are stealing all his money. So that's a Don Rosa cover who has, you know, walked in the footsteps of Karl Barks. And if you don't think so, just ask him, okay? And, you know, so that's a nice piece that I got for myself.
I really like that. And so that means
That's going up
I get
on the
to
wall.
have it too. Yeah.
Yep, that's going up on the wall. I saw Ron Wilson at the Mohegan Sun, and I got a bunch of recreations from him and commissions. Here, Sharon, show these. Got a Black Panther.
Oh, you're gonna
Got a Silver Surfer.
go too fast again. No one can see these.
Got a Thing. Got an Iron Man.
I like the thing.
I need hands like
I'm
this.
looking at
Got
the
a
tab
Wolverine.
You need to be an octopus.
Got a Doctor Doom versus the Thing.
Octopus.
Wow.
Got a Hulk Smash.
Hulk smash.
Captain America.
Captain America.
Got
Hulk
a He-Man.
Oh my gosh, Anthony.
All right, well, you got to show them. All right, so that's cool. And I did deals with Popeye art and all kinds of. What's cool about Ron Wilson is that he probably did more covers during the Bronze Age than any other artist
Who?
in Marvel. Ron Wilson.
Ron Wilson.
Yes, and he's an African American
I like-
gentleman that came on strong during the Bronze Age. That really broke out and did a lot of great work for Marvel. And so.
And all of what we just showed is Ron Wilson art.
Yeah, that's all
Yes.
Ron
Cool,
Wilson.
and you
art.
got it
These
at
are
the
recreations at the Terrificon, yeah.
Cool.
Terrific.
And this
Hey,
was
Liz.
a batch of stuff I got from Mr. Bright. This is
Mr.
like
Bright.
Power Man Splash.
This is all Mr.
Green
Bright's
Lantern,
artwork?
Yes, Mr. MD Bright.
MD
Let's see, Mark.
Empty
I think
head.
Mark
Ooh, we're
Bright.
going fast. It's a conveyor belt of artwork.
Yep. So, look, this cool Black Lightning, who's a nice popular show. And, so Mr. Bright lives near me, and he's like, I can do, this is his current commission quality. So if you're interested in getting a commission from Mr. Bright, let me know, and I can book that for you. Something like this is going to be $500. And it's well worth it. I think he's still got his chops. He could still be working.
So he'll
today.
draw anybody's favorite character.
He takes art direction
That's
from the
really cool.
commission. the person who's doing his commissions.
I like that.
So now we're coming up. We're going to be at some other shows. We're in Leonia at the store. It's going to be opening, I mean, in the next week. I got to get this place open. And so that's in Leonia, New Jersey. And come on down if you want to do deals during the show.
Oh, or they can come in costume.
Yeah.
And I can interview them and
If
do
you come in
cosplay.
costume, I will give a special free comic book day or a prize from the store. If you come on down during the show in costume, or to do a deal, you'll get a $20 credit at the store. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So it's very accessible. There's the street right there, the street that you use to get here. Yeah, the street. So it's not an intimidating, TV studio or anything like that.
Just don't try running across
We have
the
a
street.
lot of money to spend. Yay! Money to spend.
Yay! So what's coming up, Anthony?
So we're going to
We've
be doing the Keystone Comic Con in Philadelphia that Reed is putting on. That's the first time in Philadelphia. And then we're going to be in Baltimore, and then New York Comic Con's coming up. So we got a busy schedule. Yeah, the big one. Yeah. The one that
Maybe
makes
I'll
me-
even be there.
If I just think about loading into that show, it makes me nervous. So that's what's cool. So we did your. We want to go to our Jerry Ordway interview at the end of this show. We're going to tail end after that. We're going to sign off and go to our Jerry Ordway, the great Superman artist, who had a lot to do with that 70s and 80s and 90s Spider-Man.
Cool.
I mean Superman. So, I'm Anthony Snyder.
I'm Sharon.
I'm Chris.
Yay!
So we're the Selling Heroes, and for Mike Carbonaro, we're signing off from Leonia, New Jersey.
Selling
and
Heroes.
thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.
This is the Selling Hero Show, and we want to talk to you about your hero that you're known for, Superman, and his anniversary that's coming up. What anniversary is it?
80, I think. Is it 80?
80? The
What
80
was
year
the first Superman that you drew?
The first time I drew, I was a little kid.
Uh-huh.
Because I saw Superman on the TV show in the reruns, the George Reeves.
Right.
Those
The
were running
black
in
and white ones. Yeah,
they
they kept
ran
running those on all the New York, Connecticut stations.
Yeah,
You
we
live
got
in the
those.
East Coast? Is that
No,
what-
I'm from Wisconsin, but they ran it on like Saturday mornings along with.
I was just talking about how great Saturday morning was, right?
yeah,
that was the place to
Well, they
be
would
in front of a
bundle 'em,
TV
right.
set.
They'd bundle it with cartoons and Popeye cartoons.
And what ended the cartoons every Saturday?
We had a guy.
Monster movie for
that
me.
12 o'clock, what came on?
Chiller.
Oh, see, I don't.
No,
where we were at-
Soul Train.
Oh, no, that was at 8
ended the
o'clock.
No, it's like
That
the
was
cartoons
later.
ended with Soul
No,
Train.
Soul
Come
Train.
on.
Yeah, it did end with Soul Train, but that was at 1. But sometimes they show a monster movie in between.
No,
They'd have a
because
chiller
that's
or
when I
something.
hit my
Yeah,
bike.
See, we
I
got
was
ours-
out trying to play.
When you're a kid, you're up at like 7 in the morning, especially.
Davy and Goliath time.
From school.
Yeah, you had
Right.
you had to watch it because it was like stop motion.
Yeah.
We had so little choice.
Right,
That
it
was
was
Sunday morning usually,
But,
though.
You're
there
right,
was Super
yeah.
Friends.
You'd have to wait
there
till,
was
like, 10.
Herculoids. A lot of Alex Toast stuff, right?
Yeah.
What a god
Well,
of
I
a
like-
creator he was,
I
right?
remember the Flintstones when it was in prime time.
Didn't he work
was a
on
Friday
the
night.
Flintstones characters on
I
these
used
as
to
well?
make my mom. It was 1963. I was 6 years old. My mom. I used to beg her to let me stay up late to watch the.
Because they were on
cartoons, the
Friday night.
nights. Yeah,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
dad would be downstairs and the cigar smoke would be wafting. He'd be playing. He'd be playing
Well,
poker
the
with the mafia.
Flintstones had this cigarette ad for Winston's.
Oh, that's right.
That was in
Yeah,
the first
smoke
season.
Winston
They would actually,
cigarettes.
they were all Fred and Barney smoking Winston cigarettes.
That's great. What was your first professional Superman then? The one that you drew that
For
was
a coloring book.
a coloring book.
Yeah. For,
What year
for
was that?
1979.
Wow, 79. So you
And
started
that's
in that, bronze,
that-
that late Bronze Age.
And that
And
worked.
was it direct through the DC?
It was through Golden Books.
Whitman, maybe.
It was
Were
Golden
you still
Books.
in
okay.
Wisconsin,
In
at the time?
Wisconsin, yeah.
Yeah, see, they were in
I was the
Racine,
first guy in
right?
Racine, Wisconsin. I was
Yeah.
the first guy that they got to hire from outside DC to
Oh,
do
wow.
a coloring book.
Did you present to them? Did you walk in there and say, hey, I want
studio
to try to
did.
work?
No, the studio I worked at knew I was a comic book fan, so they said, well, Jerry draws comic stuff, so I did my samples, and then DC had to approve me, and they approved me to do it, and that was what actually got me a foot in the door without realizing, because Paul Levitz was working in the licensing stuff.
In the licensing,
with
right,
Joe
and
Orlando.
promotions, right.
So when I actually showed my work in 1980 to Joe Orlando, and Joe Orlando he was like really tired, and he just kept. I had all the coloring book samples. Like, why does Wonder Woman not have stars on her pants? Well, because the stars were here. It was like, find the stars in the picture. And he was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And then Paul Levitz comes down and goes, Joe, you got to go to dinner. You've been here all day. And he goes, oh, Jerry Ordway, we've been trying to get in touing to you.
Because I were like 20 years old?
I was like 21 or something.
20.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And Paul, because I worked at an art studio, I was kind of anonymous. I wasn't like, oh, here's Jerry Ordway with my name on the samples. So they had no way to get in touch with me. But he recognized, because he was the guy who had approved the drawings.
And then you stayed with the Superman for the next, here it is still doing
I stayed with DC, and I actually did licensing Superman drawings, a couple puzzles back in like '83 that were done full color for Western Publishing again. And I did, I did Superman in All-Star Squadron because it was the Earth 2 Superman. So
that 80s was a great time for comics.
Yeah.
That's when I had my comic store in Forest Hills, Queens.
Oh, yeah.
Comics were $1. Kids would line
Right.
up on a Wednesday and Thursday afternoon.
it was exciting, and it was
you,
like new stuff was coming out.
And you could only go to the comic stores to get the
Yeah,
comics.
yeah,
You
yeah.
couldn't find them everywhere,
Yeah.
so it was special, and you felt like you were part of something
Newsstands
different.
and
it was interesting. And they were selling them. I was selling them by the thousands every week.
Yeah. Yeah, the newsstand had dried up by that point.
So the movies that are coming out now, they kind of that ilk and those kids that grew up with those are the audience now that's coming out to the film.
They're taking our kids.
That's why.
We're taking
You
our
know?
kids.
Yeah.
So in the mid '80s, when John Byrne, you're back. Mitch is back.
Make sure you sign
What a
this
camera hog.
giant
Yeah,
card.
sign the Superman
That we're
card.
trying to break a Guinness World Book of Record. We need 16,000 names, and this man drew the birthday card art. Happy
Really
80th
big
with
out
the
in the lobby.
Superman.
Everybody
That's
needs
cool.
to sign it. Everybody, I signed it. I got the sign right at the top.
Really?
So.
Did you
That's
remark
great.
it as well?
No.
So here you
That's
are,
cool.
still doing
I
it.
put a Superman S on it. So.
We'd love to invite you on our show. We'll do a Skype one time. We'll come and do a whole series of talks, and we'll come up with a whole 80s, a decade. We'll talk about the decades, the
It
different
was a decade.
styles,
It was
right?
a
The different
decade, that's
styles
for
of
sure.
Superman and how it's evolved over the years.
Now, did you have to draw Superman with a mullet at a certain time?
No, I
You
wasn't
missed that part?
drawing it at that point.
Oh,
so
good.
I was lucky.
But you went to Shazam and did the Power of Shazam,
Yep.
that series during that
Yep.
period, right?
Yeah. I
That'll
went
be
from-
the
well, I
next
was
hot
writing,
thing coming
Well, during
up.
the death of Superman, I'd already transitioned to writing only, and Tom Grummett was drawing the book that I was
Right.
writing. And then I
Well,
started
that was
working.
Superman.
Yeah, and then I started working
Because
on
John Byrne was doing Man of Steel, right?
He was gone by that point for
Oh, he was
several
gone?
years. Yeah. And
Oh, so you're in the early 90s now.
More of those great 80s
yeah.
books.
I started in
nice.
'87 on Superman, right after the Man of Steel, and then by '91 we were gearing up for the death of Superman. That's when I had started. I stopped drawing Superman and I started working on the graphic novel, which was full color of the Power of Shazam. So I would do like a page a week for, a
The
long
painted
period.
pages, yeah.
Yeah. And then I was just writing Superman, and then after when we led up towards the death, I said, well, this is a good thing to leave on. It was like walk out at a high point.
That
And,
was a big high point in comics
yeah.
history, and then it led to the biggest low point afterwards, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
In some ways,
It
but
was,
but it all goes
Superman
mid-levels.
stuff, and the Superman stuff is still. I still see people. Oh, this was the first Superman comic, or this is the first comic.
Sure.
It got me into it. So I mean, there's some benefit to having a phenomenon that reached beyond like the direct market, because a lot of people didn't know the direct market existed. So that was good for regular, especially bringing in kids. We had a lot of kids.
I had
reading.
lines around the block for 2 days when
Now,
the Superman
you
issue
never
came
parted
out.
with any of your Power of Shazam's art, right? Or do you have?
No, a couple covers I think I traded. A couple of
Yeah, I had a
couple people were
close-up cover because I'm an art dealer.
Okay,
Somebody traded me a
the one with
close-up
the
cover
face.
with the lightning
Yep.
in his eyes.
Yeah.
What do you got in your? Is that all prints or is that some
it's all these
originals?
prints. It's all the prints.
Well, I want to hit you up for some of those color originals sometime.
We'll call you and I'll
It's a
try and book
pleasure.
you for the March 8th and 9th and 10th Big Apple in New York, and that'd be great. All
You know
expense
who
paid
he is,
weekend
right?
for Big Apple.
He's done 100 shows in Manhattan.
Over 100 single shows in New York City.
You're like the monument.
I'll love it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Thank you for the respect.
Well,
Cool.
if there was a Superman monument, you'd be up there too, sir. Thank you very much. Classic Superman.
Okay, we'll
Jerry
sign the
Ordway.
car. Have a great weekend. We'll see you later.
All right.
Bye, Jerry.